Hello, guys. I'm super excited today because I am with my good, lovely life and well-being coach.
I love you.
And she's not just a coach, and she didn't just transform my life, but she's also a good friend. So, Suzanne, introduce yourself, please.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Hi. So I'm Suzy. Suzanne is my official name, but اسم الفني.
I try to be formal شوية.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little, so Suzy, but I'm a clinical nutritionist and I practice integrative and functional nutrition. So I really jump in and dive into people's wellness and lifestyle and health, and really I think the biggest hat that I wear and the one I'm most proud of is that I'm a motivator, and I'll motivate you and show you that it's not that complicated.
Yeah, I mean, Suzy, like my case, in my case, I came to you with a wish list of things.
Yeah.
So I know that you work closely with executives and busy individuals.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about the business well-being. Like, how do you deal with them? What kind of support or service do you provide? And why personally is very important for you?
The reason why this is so important to me is because there's a lot of garbage out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information, so we're all bombarded by, like, even I sometimes read something and I have to go and double check, the science behind it. Is that really
science
true?
Is important.
The science is important, right? And we were talking earlier, you and I, about science and about how every theory can be backed up.
Yeah.
So whoever's carrying the flag of a certain dogma, a way of eating, they have science to back them up, and every other diet or way of eating has science to back it up. So you got to sift through all of that and figure out which is the right science.
Yeah.
It gets overwhelming. But so that's why it's really important for me that I wanted to make sure people know that it's not complicated. It's not as complicated as some people trying to sell you stuff are trying to make it. So it is a business at the end of the day, unfortunately, but
But it's a business, and it's not necessarily has to be a bad business, because
no,
why not? It's a good business, because as things evolve and as we get busy, we get to forget ourselves. Like, I'm a real example of that. So everything and the science behind it, but you need someone to push you, to mentor you, and I think this is something that I really appreciate. Working with you, because being in a situation where I've seen a lot of nutritionists and well-being coaches across the country, you're the only one I felt like I can be myself, and I can tell you the truth if I had a slice of pizza.
Yes, you can.
There's no, problem.
That's awesome. High five.
So, and I think it's very important. Like, right now, I feel like a lot of people think being busy and skipping lunch, skipping meals, or not drinking enough water and everything, it's a cool thing. Unfortunately, it's becoming like a trendy thing. I'm too busy to eat. I'm too busy to do this. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. We live in that state of busy, and busy is cool, or you're so productive. Wow.
Especially in business.
Yes. Right? Wow, you're so busy, or you haven't eaten all day. Oh my God, you must be working so hard. We almost we compliment that. We celebrate it, and we say, that's amazing. This person's a hard worker. So
But they forgot themselves.
And they forget themselves, and then what happens? You could be productive, yes, and because your body is so incredible, your body will keep you alive and kicking, and you're going to be able to do it all. Yes, you will. But then there comes a point where your body goes, all right, I can't anymore. And then you have burnout, and you don't have energy, or you're moody, or you get sleepy during the day, and then just about like 10 o'clock at night or so, you get a second wind. Now you can stay up later, and then you wake up also very early. A lot of executives, actually, to go back to that, will have between 1 to 4 a.m. They might wake up in the middle of the night, and they're like, we're so wired, I think it's because we're being productive. There's a difference between going to sleep at 10 p.m. and then waking up at 4 a.m. like the 4 a.m. club, Robin Sharma. We're not dissing that. It's so cool. But, for the people that are not going to sleep early, that are waking up at 4 a.m. really wired, that's a sign of burnout. It's a sign of stress, and we need to handle it. And we can handle it just through lifestyle and nutrition. You don't have to go and get a prescription for that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people also come up with excuses. I remember myself bringing up these excuses. I would go to bed, let's say at 10, and then I would wake up at honestly at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I think oh my God, I can't sleep. I'm thinking of this idea, I'm writing down things, or worse, working on my laptop. Until I made the shift of okay, you know what, I'm gonna force myself to sleep at a certain time, wake up early. Let's say in the beginning I started at 6 a.m. I forced myself to sleep, even though I'm not sleeping. I'm pretending to sleep and close my eyes because it's a habit that I had to go and open my laptop and do work. And then 6 a.m. I go to the gym, I work out, and then I start my day. And I eliminated excuses. And I think that really helped my performance in business. And I think it's very important what you mentioned, that it's nothing to be proud of to skip meals and affect your health, because it's only going to catch up
to you. It's like a debt. It's a debt, and you end up paying it later. If we can look at our health in that way, we look at it as a bank account where you have to place deposits. And so every positive thing that you do is placing a positive, a deposit, not a withdrawal. And every time you skip meals and you drink coffee to boost your energy.
Lots of coffee.
Look, I'm not a coffee hater. I think coffee has its place. One coffee a day, a really high quality coffee, awesome. But when we're using it as the crutch, when we're using it to boost our energy, when we're having that dip and we have a coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's wrecking our health, our adrenal health. So. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that.
I think this is very important to say, guys, for you to know that when I went to Suzy, I knew exactly, I was working out and I ate healthy and everything.
She was.
But I did not I felt there's something missing. I didn't feel like I've kind of connected everything in a circle. And this is where I learned that, sleep is very important, supplements are very important, things that I really felt like it's not normal or not needed. But now I see the effect
value.
And then the value in it. And I feel like the best investment someone can make is investing in their health. And I know people might think of this as a cliche, but it's truly important. If you want to achieve more, if you want to, be in a senior position or be successful, it's so important to get your well-being sorted out, your mental health, everything, the whole package properly organized.
It's so important. I love you for saying that, because it is, you can't have success without that. And that's why people that mentor, successful entrepreneurs, they mentor them on, for example, creating a stellar morning routine. Why is that important? We could be like, well, you're good at your office. You don't need to worry about, drinking your water with lemon and a pinch of Himalayan salt to rebalance and replenish your minerals.
I love this so much. It helped me a lot.
Yeah, and it's because when you're working as hard as you are, when you have late nights, your minerals start depleting. So you're replenishing it. So we can drink water. A lot of times then we're just peeing it out, So we need to retain it. And so by adding a pinch of Himalayan salt, you're actually retaining that mineral. And it actually contains a lot of minerals as well.
Honestly, in my case, it was more being organized, because I knew about a lot of things, but I wasn't organized. I think being organized is very important. And, when you know what's good and what's not good and the timings of things, you become more organized. And a lot of people, for example, say that, oh, I don't have time to go grocery shopping, or I don't have time to cook. It's so important, I think, the relationship that you have with food. And I know this relationship, but you taught me so much about it. But I think what is important, guys, really important, you need to know the recipes that this woman has. I'm not joking, this hummus with ice situation is working.
That's a secret.
But honestly, you can make even basic food fun, and it doesn't take so much time. So I think the relationship of, you taught me something, that you don't have to feel guilty. You shouldn't be feeling guilty about food, because this can escalate to something worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the worst thing that we have in our society is this mindset that, first of all, you need to be dieting. We see that as, you know, is almost like that's the biggest accomplishment that you can have in your life, is to, I lost 5 kilos.
Yeah.
And we celebrate that and we go, oh my God, you look great. You've lost weight. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and we say this stuff to each other. We've done it. I've been guilty of that. You know, I've received it and I've given it. And there's so much more to you than the number on the scale. I don't have a scale at my practice. I don't weigh you. I don't care. You shouldn't care. I need you to step away from that mindset.
It's not a number. Your health
It's
is
not a number. Your health is not a number. And actually, weight loss does not equate with health.
Yeah.
So for me, my priority one is your health. So how can we are somewhere, every person's somewhere on their journey. So wherever you are, let's see where we can take you next. And then we reevaluate and go, all right, now where can we take this? We all are able to do better and improve more. And it's always one tiny habit at a time.
Yeah.
So when people, for example, judge themselves over the pizza that they ate, I feel that that's so unfair because, first of all, enjoy it. You know, enjoy.
So we're
your
ordering
pizza.
Shake Shack for lunch.
Actually, I love Shake Shack, but you know, it's not about being perfect, and that's where people fall off the wagon. And I'm always like, there is no wagon, because you know they're like, I have to eat. Excuse me, perfectly, and if I don't eat perfectly, it's an all or nothing mentality. You know, so people are like. If I say, hey, how are you doing? They're like, I've been good. And I'm like, oh, but you always are good, you know? I've been good. I only messed up a few times, you know? So this is the language that I try so hard to break. Yeah, it's negative to self.
But we're so used to it.
We're so used to it.
Which is so bad.
And as a society, we accept it.
Yeah.
And as a society, we're always on this diet search, you know. It needs to be spoken about often, and we need to work from a young age trying to change this mindset and mentality. That I'm so passionate about that, because it is all mindset. It's all mind work. It's what you believe, because whatever you believe will happen. And the science is clear right now, you know, through many scientists and researchers, you know, about the power of your mind. Your thoughts can dictate your biology. So your body can actually go, all right, you want disease? Sure, I'll bring it to you. You know, so if you're a worrier and you're like, oh, I'm going to get X disease, you know, I'm going to get it. Oh my God, I'm so worried about it. You think about it enough that it actually can manifest, you know, and it's not, this isn't the hippie science. This is real.
Guys, I want to tell you something. I haven't shared this information with so many people before. I'm ending this video, but, you know, I've suffered from a lot of health conditions, and what started all of this is me studying about what to eat, what not to eat, how to look after my well-being. I keep saying well-being because it's not just nutrition, it's even your mental health is very important. So don't let that get into you. So this is very important when we talk about these things, and we can talk about it in many, many episodes. And probably some of you guys will not agree with us, or maybe you will, you know, backlash us and everything. But honestly, we can't stress enough. And we can't talk enough about this topic. And I know this might sound cliche, but seriously, educate yourself in nutrition and save your families and your friends from so many things that can be prevented through diet and, you know, healthy living. So thank you so much, Suzy.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys will enjoy the show. And please demand Suzy appearing more.
Yes, with pleasure. Thank you, really.
Next time she brings food. So now we're going to go order Shake Shack for lunch.
Yes, we're going to cook. Next time we cook together.
Yes, I like that.
Good.
Deal.
Nice.
See you guys.